I'm glad you reached out to her, to the Australian lady, because we were actually having a hard time figuring out at first who you were. So
yeah, I know my picture's getting wrong. My name's been
I know. So I want to hear from you what happened that day.
Well, let me clarify one thing. I wouldn't have even been around them people if I wasn't trying to give my mother a second chance in my life. She's not welcome in my life right now, and I blocked her from my phone today. You know, and it didn't work out. She's a mean, evil person, and I went down there with her. I just found out that I was even kin to Ricky by way down the line. And we was in the house, and she called Ricky, and he said that he and Lauren was fishing, and did we want to come down fishing? And at first, I was deciding against it because I just don't like big crowds. I settled down, but I went anyway. And we get down there, and they are at Ricky's house. They had already been down there fishing, and I did see evidence of that when I got there. You know, stuff already there. But they're out in the front of his mother's house. His mother's old house is in front of his trailer house, she was no longer residing there. And they were sitting there waiting on us. And she comes up and hugs my neck. Well, I thought that to be odd because, which I'm a hugger, I just didn't expect it from, other people. And she hugged my neck, and she's like, "Hey, girl." And I was like, "Do I know you?" And she said that I had met her the night before at Ricky's. But I didn't remember. There was always so many people over there, and I was always a nervous wreck and ready to get out of there,
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, "Well, okay." And she was like, "Do y'all feel that?" Every time, she said this twice. She said it when we get down there to the barn. She's like, "Every time I get around you two, I feel like," and I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember exactly what she says, I'm going to say evil. And I wanted to say at the time, I can see that you get that from my mother because I do. I mean, no, and I'm not being funny. I really do. Dick does. We feel intimidated in our own home. She's just an evil person.
Mm.
Me, I was trying to hope for the best, but, anyways, and I'm like, I wanted to say that so bad, but not for me, it's radiating off of her, And, so we go down there, and we go, and this all takes place within, 30 minutes. I mean, it's wham, bam, bam. And, we get down there, we drive it's approximately, not even 3 miles. I'd say a mile and a half, maybe, to where we was going. And we get down there, and I'm like, when we get to the end of this road that we turned down off of, and I don't remember the road you turn off of, 1794, which dirt road it is, but it ends with water tanks, sometimes a well, and you have to walk through trees to get to the pond. And I was like, dang. And anyways, she was already tripping out, before we left, when we left Ricky's house, And so we get down there, and Linda Gay and I, which is my mother, I don't call her mother, we walk on down to the pond, and we carried something else down there. I think a cooler. But there was already stuff down there that when we got down there that I saw. And I hear them arguing, and
who was arguing?
He was trying to calm her down, and she's thinking that we're all out to kill her. And I'm already tripping, my mother would take me to places knowing, which I had the right to stop it, which I did stop it, to get in situations, right?
Right.
But, and so we start walking back up to see what the problem is, and she's wanting to leave. Okay, that's fine. Well, Ricky had to take a girl to work at 3 o'clock that day. And come to find out, Ricky had brain cancer, so it all makes sense to me now why he would have us come down there. I mean, we got down there like 2 o'clock, and he had to take this girl to work at 3. So, you know, he just was kind of brain was going. And anyway, we get in the, she says that again to me and my mother. And I mean, I want to say it really bad. You know, let her know it's coming off her. But, you know, we get in the, I told her, I mean, she's really freaking out. You know, her boyfriend, whatever his name was, she was running from him at the time. And he beat on her or something. And I hate to say because I can't remember, and I don't like to get things wrong. And I told her, I said, look, I've got a Xanax because I know I've been there. I know that feeling, that paranoid feeling, that things can seem so real and you're scared to death. I know that feeling. And I felt bad for her. You know, and she was just really freaking out. And she didn't want to start trying to poison her. And I don't give my Xanax to anybody. I had to have them, you know. Mm-hmm. And so she didn't take it at that time. And they got in their car, and we got in my car. I did a couple of donuts before we left out of there, and got in home and was trying to play with her. You know, I don't know if you're from the country, whatever, how you do, but on the dirt roads, you know, you play with your friends, and I was trying to lighten her up. Well, it didn't go that way. So she pulls over to the side and lets me go around her. Wants me to go around her. So I go around her and go on out. But we go down to the end of the road and we wait. They never come out. So I'm like, I'm going back to see what's going on. So we go down in there and they're sitting. They've moved up a little bit from the spot that she pulled over to let me go around her. But they're sitting in the middle of the road. And I'm like, what's going on? So I stopped probably, I'm not good with feet, I say 10 feet, 10, 15 feet from her vehicle. And when I do that, she darts off down the ditch. That's how scared she was. And I mean, I'm just like, I mean,
what direction was she going?
She was going, she went towards the woods. And her car went down in a ditch. She could have got out, she just didn't want to, you know. She was just kind of, those ditches aren't really deep. Mm-hmm. You know, and she, with the 4x4 she had, she pulled her out. She could have gotten out, but she didn't. So they sit there, and I'm like, Ricky, you got to take this girl to work. Do you want to leave her here? What do you want to do? Is she going? Is she staying? We didn't know what to do. And he's like, no, I'll stay with her. So when we go, we proceed back to his house. And it's still not 3 o'clock yet, and we got down there about 2. So we get down there to his house, and I already knew the law was calling. I've been around the block, and I just had it in my gut. You know, she hadn't even called the law yet. And tell my mother, I said, I'm going. The lady that lived with Ricky and her son said that this isn't the first time that she's tripped out. You know, she had been doing some meth, but Ricky said that they hadn't done much, and he doesn't know what's really going on, you know, why she was tripping out so hard, you know. He said the last time they'd done it had been like 3 hours prior to this. So, and anyways, the woman said that, you know, she's tripped out several times, you know, before. And just like I told the lady, I said, well, if she's got a boyfriend that beats her and is mean to her like that, you know, that sticks with you. And when you do a drug like that, it intensifies that, you know? Right. I mean, you know, you're not comfortable nowhere. Right. And so it's been about 5 minutes and they ain't back. I said, I'm going down there to check on them. Something could happen, I'm going down there to check on them. Well, when I go down there, the county road, the number it is 276, I can't remember. The one you turn off of 7094, I don't even get to make, you know, you go down there and you took 2 lefts to get where we was at. I think it was 2 lefts. And him and his uncle, Philip Briggs, and I didn't know his name until I seen it on TV, was coming out of there in a Jeep Grand Cherokee. And I'm like, what are you doing with him? I said, where is Lauren? She jumped out of the truck and took off in the woods. I said, do what? And he said, yeah. I said, well, do we need to go look for her? He's like, she's running. She don't want to be found. We'll never find her. And I'm like, how do you know something is going to happen? I had so many regrets. Oh, my gosh. And I ended up getting stuck. My nerves, I was so shocked and upset and nervous and wondering what's going on and what is wrong with her. Is she okay? Hogs could get her. Anything could happen. So I get my car stuck just backing out. I couldn't even back out straight. I was so upset. And we get my car stuck. It took about 5 minutes. Thank God somebody was on a John Deere tractor, his cousin or something, and he pulled me out with no problem. And we get back down there to the house. We wasn't there 2 minutes. And Texas Rangers and state troopers and Carthage PD are flooding in. And I'm like, holy crap, oh my Lord, this is not, oh man, why did I leave home? I'm like, what is going on? And they're saying that gunshots had been fired. I never heard a gunshot, never. And I mean, I don't know how I would have missed it unless it happened when me and Ricky was on the way back to the house and I had the radio up in the car. I don't know how I could have missed that. Because, a gunshot echoes and the distance from where we was at to his house is just not a big distance. And, anyways, I was like, y'all search me. They said, I made them strip search me. And, they, searched the car and everything. And, I was just like, I don't know. And then Ricky and a guy, a dope addict, and Josh, I think was his name, hangs out at there, Harold Wilson. And, him and Ricky went down there and got her car out. Ricky said, and the cops was present there too at the time. And he said, yeah, that's the least, that's the least I can do is at least have her car unstuck. But when she does come out of the woods, when she calms down, she'll have her vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
And they did, and they got it back. They got it unstuck, and they got it. I think it was still up there to the front of Ricky's, I think. Or they took it on into the sheriff's office. I don't know. I was so upset just about the whole thing. And supposedly they went. Now Chris Welch told me they went back down there with Ricky that day and did a sweep search. He showed them where she jumped out of the car and went into the woods. And but like I say, I don't believe nothing unless I see it. I don't even care if it comes from the cop. I don't, take it with a grain of salt.
Right. Was it area that y'all were you were fishing? Where was that? Was that closer to 59?
No, it wouldn't be closer to 59. 17. Where is that road? Do you know the road? The road that we turned off of the 1794? I think it was 274 or 276. I'd have to get a map. Mm-hmm. It's right across from Rusty Coleman. Well, Rusty or Dusty, one of them used to live. Mm-hmm. And you go down that road, and then you take a left, and you take a right. So it wouldn't be closer to 59. It's not far, but it's not close.
Okay.
I could take you there.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just the road finally dead ends the way we went. It dead ends with some tanks back there. I would say water tanks. They look like water tanks to me.
Mm. Okay.
And the next thing I know, I never even see. I don't get on Facebook. I don't do Facebook. I don't do social media. I just don't. I never have been that type. Right. And I didn't even know this was going on. And the cops show up at my house. Freaked me out. And then, 3 times they showed up. I signed for a lie detector test. I never got to take one. Mm-hmm. I never knew all this was going on. Well, then a brother of mine that I don't have anything to do with, he tells John, which is a friend of Dick's, that he's seen this on the news on YouTube, and or not on YouTube, just seen it in the news. I'm like, dude, what? So I called my Aunt Debbie, which is my mother's sister, and asked her if there's any, anything to that. And she said, yeah, but it's a lady from Australia, and it's not your picture, and it's not your name, And I'm like, but she said, but it's you. So Dick and I, we look, and I'm like, oh, my word. I mean, I did not know all this was going on. I would have done contacted y'all. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, all we knew is the sheriff showed up here,
And 3 times I went in one time for, to be questioned. And, it was about, just basically about Ricky and my mother. And it was like I told them, Linda Gay, she has no spine. She does things behind your back. She's very vindictive. The things that she's done to me would blow your mind.
Right.
And she's not going to do it to your face. So I said, there's no way she did anything. And she was down there, and I was with her all the time.
Right.
And, Ricky is the sweetest person. How he could even hang around her is beyond me. I mean, and Lauren could have knocked him over with her finger. He weighs about 120 pounds. It's about 122 pounds what he weighed. I mean, he's tiny.
Mm.
And he just... I don't know.
Do you remember what she was wearing that day?
I know she had a cap on, I think. Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, because I don't remember what I was wearing.
What about the shoe?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
They say she lost the shoe or something.
Yeah, okay. It seems like she had on tennis shoes, but God, I don't know. And it seems like her shirt, the majority of it was white, but I don't know, and I don't want to say for sure.
Right.
Because I can't even remember what I was wearing that day.
Right.
You know what? I journal about it, but I wouldn't have put down what she was wearing because I didn't know this was all. If I didn't know all this was coming about.
Right.
But I did journal about it. I sure did, because, see, this happened on his birthday. A weird coincidence, just.
Right.
But anything that I can do to help, I mean, I'll do it.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, do you have your mom's number?
Yeah, I've got her new number. It's blocked, and I have a email account, and I put on there for my comment, let her know I blocked her. She robbed $500,000. She's a professional criminal.
Oh.
She robbed $500,000 from her husband insurance. That's why my dad divorced her. On my granddaddy's deathbed, she stole $40,000 for him. She, her and my husband, when I was married to him, put my Mustang, my 1967 Mustang up, got $7,000 for it, didn't even tell me about it. I didn't know till they repoed my car.
Oh, my gosh.
She put my house up that was paid for. She took out a loan on it. She took out a loan on my mom and dad's house that was paid for that we knew nothing about. And then we was letting her live here, and I mean, take our vehicle, trying to trust her, knowing I knew in the pit of my stomach, she's up to no good. I know. I mean, she's like a cold, dead fish. I mean, just evil. And I'm just scared. I used to tell Dick she scares me. She stole all kinds of stuff, guns, computers.
Wow.
And then we let her come back one last time. How long has it been since she's been since what? And she was going to do it again. She was going to do it again. And I done got on to her about the computer.
Wow.
And Dick had to leave to go see his son over there in Shreveport.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute he walked out of this house, she walked in his bedroom. I got up, and my bathroom is like kind of real close to his room. I got up off that toilet, and I walked in there, and I made it like she knew that I was talking to her. And, but I was talking to the dog, and I said, y'all get the F out of your daddy's room right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I shut that door. I asked her what she was doing. Oh, nothing.
You feelings out your teeth now.
I mean, I hate to say it to my mama, but it's the truth.
Right.
It's the truth. I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried.
Well, there's only so much you can do.
She has bad motives for me. She hates me.
Well, I mean, that's because you don't go along with what she does.
She helped take my kid away. She's done some evil stuff. Evil stuff.
Sounds like
evil stuff. You know, yeah, and Dick is such a good guy. I mean, he would take care of her. You know, get her a place to live, buy her cigarettes, buy her food, tend to her dog, pay for her dog, buy her clothes, buy her cosmetic makeup, anything she wanted. But she still had to shit on him.
And then I fixed it with my best friend. She stole from me.
Fixed her up with he can vouch for that. Fixed her up with Rick, his good friend, and she was, still little things like flashlights or just whatever. Well, he started noticing it, so he put out some stuff and put out a little camera. And she took Dooney and Burke parts, all this kind of stuff of his daughters, and gave it to me. Well, I gave it back to Rick, and I told Rick that I was the one that done it. I wasn't going to put her name in it because she's so vindictive, which Rick knew who took it.
Right.
And she comes to me and said, "What did you tell her for?" I said, "Mother, I can't have it in my house with it on my conscience, passing it all the time." She had it made.
Storehouse, swimming pool, 5 acres of land, everything paid for. All she had to do was be sitting there pretty for him when he come home. She stole it from him.
I mean, she's a piece of work. I'm telling you. She's a piece of work.
That sounds like it.
And, I mean, I just Lord have mercy. But I hate this. It don't make any sense. It just don't make no sense to me.
It's very confusing. It's kind of one of those mysteries where you're just kind of like, okay, how could that happen? But
the thing about Scotty and them, I never seen Scotty down there, never. And he wouldn't go to, ever since the cops beat the shit out of him over there in Shreveport, he's just a different person. He was scared to be over there. He heard Ricky was the law and all this and yada yada. But I've been thinking, and I keep thinking, what was the only thing Dick told me? He said, "Can you think of anything that your mother would have?" See, my mother, she would take me somewhere like that and try to set me up for the fall.
Right.
And I thought the only thing that came to my mind when I went to go to 10, I was laying in the 10 bed, and I thought it was mighty strange that she had a gram of dope on her, weed pipe. What else did she have on her? And Chris Welk took her. Now, this ain't my first rodeo now, and I find it mighty odd. Took her way away from where nobody could hear them talking. I don't know what was said. I have no idea. And, let her go. Let her go. Now, he said he was interested in more bigger fish. Well, to my knowledge, that's a pretty big fishing Carthage, Texas. They ain't got nothing better else to do. It doesn't me. I'd have been down to jail.
No shit. Huh?
About a month before that.
And then Ricky, Ricky's good people. I mean, he really is. And you don't really know nobody. You don't know nobody. But still, he's better than my mother. He comes up here, it's been about a month ago?
Yeah, it's about a week before he died.
About a week, 2 weeks before he died. And, I just didn't want no more dealings with none of that. None of that much. And I told Dick, I said, tell him I'm not here. If I'd have known he'd been dying, I wouldn't have done that. But I don't know why he showed up here. It's either without calling me, showing up, he wouldn't have done that. Well, it's whether he wants to, say, hey, I want to make this right. Linda Gay brought me a bunch of stuff she stole from here. I know she stole from here. Or it was to tell me something about down there.